Welcome to AI Brief, episode 235. I'm Amin.
And I'm Leah.
Today, we're really jumping into the deep end. The pace of AI innovation is, well, it's kind of staggering.
It really is. We've got everything from humanoid robots trying their best in Beijing to some pretty serious warnings from AI pioneers.
Exactly. And huge amounts of money flowing into AI compute. So in this deep dive, we'll give you that shortcut to understanding what's really moving the needle.
We'll unpack things like ChatGPT's massive mobile success, Cohere's big enterprise valuation,
And that research on how AI can actually influence political views. Plus, some handy AI tools for your productivity. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, AI is basically taking over our phones, right? OpenAI's ChatGPT app on iOS, on Android, it's generated something like $2 billion already.
$2 billion. And it averages around, what, almost $3 per install?
Yeah, about 291 cents. The download surge this year is huge. It really cements mobile as, a core way people are using AI assistants now.
Definitely. And you can bet they'll keep experimenting with monetization, like subscriptions, maybe in-app upgrades.
So what does this mean for, say, other businesses listening? Or just for understanding consumer tech trends?
Well, it's a big signal. AI isn't just like a website tool anymore. It's becoming this assistant right in your pocket.
Right.
So companies really need to rethink their whole mobile approach, how you get customers, attribution models, even your app store pages need to be like answer ready for AI queries.
Answer ready, I like that. And maybe test mobile-specific onboarding if traffic comes from an AI.
Exactly. And probably set up alerts, watch for sudden shifts in how people are converting, both paid and organic, on mobile. Things are changing fast.
Okay, so that's the consumer side exploding on mobile. What about AI for businesses, the enterprise space? Cohere just hit a massive valuation.
Yeah, $6.8 billion. They provide AI models specifically for enterprise use.
And they got backing from some heavy hitters, AMD, NVIDIA, Salesforce. They seem to be focusing hard on private deployments, data controls, tools for regulated industries.
That valuation, it really speaks to the demand, doesn't it? Enterprise AI is booming.
Yeah.
Cohere's already got partnerships with banks, hardware folks, big tech. Their revenues apparently shot up because businesses really want these B2B solutions.
So for you listening, especially if you're navigating enterprise tech, what's the takeaway here?
It tells you data residency, having control over your models, that's becoming critical, especially if you're in finance or healthcare, anywhere with strict rules.
Makes sense. So you should really grill potential vendors on those points.
Absolutely. Pressure test them on data control, fine-tuning options, the total cost. And you can use Cohere pushing for on-prem and VPC options as leverage in your own negotiations.
Good point. Maybe even keep a second provider signed up just in case.
That's smart. It reduces the friction if you need to switch and avoids procurement delays down the line. Always good to have options.
Okay, shifting from market stuff to some deeper concerns. Jeffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI.
Yeah.
He's warning companies might be putting profits ahead of safety.
Yeah. Hinton's words carry a lot of weight. He's worried about the long-term risks, especially from potential superintelligence, and he's calling for much more work on alignment.
Alignment work, making sure AI goals line up with human values.
Precisely. It's incredibly complex. His comments are definitely pushing safety higher up the agenda for company boards. You can expect more internal debate on governance.
So the advice is tighten up AI governance now.
Yes. Map out where AI is used in high-risk ways, set clear boundaries, where, red lines, assign owners for models.
And keep humans in the loop.
Definitely. Especially where AI output affects things like compliance or finance. Have a human review step. Maybe even publish a simple AI policy your teams can actually follow when they're under pressure.
And speaking of AI's influence, there's some quite startling research from the UK's AI Security Institute.
Oh, yeah, the ASI study showing top models can actually shift political views.
In under 10 minutes of conversation, if they're fine-tuned for it. Models from OpenAI, Meta, XAI, Alibaba.
The numbers are pretty concerning. GPT-4o was, 41% more persuasive than just reading a static message?
And when they tailored the arguments based on user info, age, gender, politics, it got even more persuasive, about 5% more.
And it sticks, apparently. People kept those changed opinions, like 42% of the time a month later.
Why are they so convincing?
Well, according to Professor David Rand at Cornell, it's because they can generate tons of relevant-sounding evidence and deliver it effectively, especially when it's personalized to you.
The implications go way beyond politics then. Sales, marketing,
Yeah.
influencing brand perception.
For sure. Shaping attitudes, purchase decisions. But the downside is stark, too. Bad actors could potentially weaponize this persuasive power pretty easily.
The study showed it doesn't take massive resources to turn these off-the-shelf models into persuasion machines. That's sobering.
It really is. It underlines the power these tools have now.
And that power needs, well, literal power.
Hmm.
Which brings us to the incredible spending on AI compute. The forecast is nearly $3 trillion for data centers by 2029.
A staggering number, 2.9 trillion. And big tech is apparently only covering about $1.4 trillion of that.
Leaving a $1.5 trillion funding gap. That's enormous. Why the spending frenzy?
It's simple, really. AI models just devour processing power, way more than standard cloud stuff. And falling behind on compute, that's just not an option for these hyperscalers.
We're talking huge projects, right? Meta's Prometheus, xAI's Colossus, OpenAI's Stargate.
Yeah.
Each one over $100 billion.
Exactly. And Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, they're looking at spending over $400 billion combined on data centers just in 2026.
So how are they paying for all this, especially with that funding gap?
Debt financing is becoming the go-to. This year, something like $60 billion in loans are going into about $440 billion worth of data center projects. That's double the debt from last year.
And private capital firms are jumping in. Blackstone, Apollo, KKR.
Oh, yeah, they're competing hard to raise cash for this. Meta just landed $29 billion, and $26 billion of that was debt, mainly for data centers.
But are there risks? People must be raising red flags.
Definitely. Concerns about overcapacity down the road, long-term profits, the huge energy demands, and the risk that these specialized centers could become obsolete faster than expected as the hardware keeps evolving.
It's a massive bet. Okay, let's move from the giant data centers to AI and robotics on the ground. NVIDIA just dropped some new world models for robots.
Right, Cosmos Reason and Cosmos Transfer 2. The first one, Cosmos Reason, is a 7 billion parameter model. It gives robots reasoning skills, memory, physics understanding.
So they can figure things out, not just follow code.
Kind of, yeah. And Cosmos Transfer 2 helps create synthetic data to simulate the real world in 3D. It helps train the robots faster and safer.
What's NVIDIA's play here?
They're betting robotics is the next big market for their AI chips. Beyond just data centers, they're rolling out new servers, cloud platforms. It's a clear strategy.
Meanwhile, Apple seems to be plotting a move into AI robots too.
Yeah, reports suggest a big smart home push, including, get this, a tabletop robot like an iPad mounted on a movable limb.
An iPad on an arm. Interesting. And a chattier Siri.
Described as potentially like an additional person in your home. It's a significant move for Apple.
Why now? They've seemed a bit behind on AI compared to Google or Meta.
True. But maybe they see home robotics as their unique angle. Integrating AI physically into the home, maybe arriving as soon as 2027, it's about making AI interaction more intuitive, more physical.
Speaking of physical robots, we just saw the World Humanoid Robot Games in Beijing.
Ah, yes, the Robot Olympics, almost. 280 teams, 16 countries. Soccer, track and field.
And apparently some robots took quite a few tumbles, especially in soccer, crashing into heaps.
Yeah, but they often got back up, and the crowd loved it. But those tumbles, they're actually really important.
How so? Seems embarrassing.
Not to the engineers. It connects directly to China's massive investment in robotics. They see every fall, every mistake as valuable data.
Data for what? Making better soccer players.
Hey, maybe eventually, but mostly for improving agility, balance, resilience for real-world jobs. Think factories, warehouses, maybe even helping out at home someday. It's about learning from failure, basically.
Okay, fascinating stuff. Before we wrap this deep dive, let's quickly touch on some AI tool you can actually use to boost productivity.
Good idea. These tools show how AI is already changing creative and admin work, like Predis.
Right, that generates social posts, ad visuals, hashtags. Helps with scheduling too, keeping it all brand consistent.
Exactly. It automates a lot of that content churn, freeing up humans for strategy.
Then there's AImReply. Tackles the email overload.
Yeah, drafts replies in different languages, lets you control tone and length easily. Simple, but potentially a huge time saver.
What about Dora AI? That sounded pretty futuristic.
It kind of is. You give it text prompts, and it generates 3D, on-brand websites. You can tweak layouts, copy, all without code. It really lowers the barrier for creating sophisticated web presences.
Okay, two more quick ones. ScrapetoAI.
That lets you pull structured data from websites right into your own custom GPTs. Speeds up workflows if you need web data.
And Bitskout for client onboarding.
Yeah, it automates things like extracting info from documents, routing requests, even answering basic intake questions with AI, streamlining that whole process. And finally, MarketMuse.
Ah, for SEO and content strategy.
Right. Audits your site, helps prioritize topics, generates briefs to boost your organic search traffic. It's about using AI to be smarter with content.
Wow, what a tour. From mobile dominance and billion-dollar valuations to robot tumbles and AI persuasion, this deep dive has covered a lot of ground. Hopefully it helps you feel well informed.
Absolutely. And maybe the final thought to leave you with is just the sheer acceleration. It's not just that AI is powerful, it's how incredibly fast it's evolving and weaving itself into, well, everything.
How we work, how we create, how we interact.
Exactly. Think about where we are now compared to a year ago. Now project that forward.
Yes.
What does next year look like? Or even, next month? It's transformative and it's happening right now.
A powerful thought indeed. We hope you found this deep dive insightful. Please follow AI Brief wherever you get your podcasts.
And do share this with friends or colleagues who want to stay ahead of the curve on AI.
Thanks for joining us.